They are up Sunday morning playing at 8:30 and 46 degrees. We did a quick run this morning because time was short, so we had to get our exercise in, and then we still have energy to play. Little Missy's out here with us somewhere. Let's see, where is she? Oh, there she is, right there. Hey, little Missy, what's going on? Say hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning. All right. Yeah, it's so cold. I'm wearing gloves, guys. So we're having our second winter. They're watching Missy do her little trails there. Our second winter here in Texas. So if you're unfamiliar with Texas weather, typically we have one or two freezing days in January, February. It cools off a little bit during those months, and then when March comes, we start warming up. The grass starts to green up. We start getting a little bit of rain here and there. I.e., that's why my grass is actually kind of. Hey Lisa, how you doing this morning? That's why my grass is green, because we're having that beginning of the spring. Okay, he's running off to go poop, so we'll excuse him for a second, and we'll talk about storm. But yeah, so we're having our second kind of like little replay of cold weather here in Texas. So now it's like 40 some degrees. Oh, thank you, Lisa, for subscribing. I appreciate that. Wow, that's awesome. Um, yeah, we just we come out on every Sunday morning. It's at 8:30, and we do a live show because our channel, we have a lot of like kind of either instructional type thing that we do with our dogs, or joke fun things for the shorts. But on the Sunday mornings, we come out and let people talk live with us and play with us. And a lot of people want to give doggies their rubs. They're like, hey, rub the dog for me, and I give them love for you guys. But it's just a great time for us to kind of talk on the real, nothing edited, just straightforward. This is what it's like. Look at him running. Oh, we're gonna kick off some fun this morning. Hey, buddy. So this is this is why I try to take them for when I run them. I try to run for a mile because they still have a lot of energy when they don't get that whole. Hey guys. So a lot of that it sounds really loud, but it's mostly play. But if it's when it turns into not play, I usually step in with my water gun, because their line between play and sometimes a little bit too aggressive. It's hard to tell sometimes, but you can see they're wagging their tail. She's barking, kind of egging it on. So most of that's play, but like I said, you always have to be on the ready for whenever they decide to not play and start being serious. So we're gonna find a toy for them to play with. Hey guys, you guys need a toy. Look what I got. Ah, there we go. Now we're onto something. There we go. So we'll redirect a lot of the energies to a toy and kind of take it out. The only thing with toy though, they kind of rely on each other to give each other stimulation, and so when one pulls on that longer toy like that, they can kind of enjoy it. But after a while, they get tired and they rather chase each other and bark at each other and jump at each other because they just want that excitement. But I will also say that the longer runs help out with a lot of that extra energy. See how they just kind of like drop it and like, okay. And now he comes to me because he wants me to provide the entertainment. Here you go, buddy. And see, once I jumped in with all the entertainment, that's whenever the Rottweiler comes in. So if you come in, please let me know where you're from. Also, let me know that you can hear me, because I am mic'd up today. I'm not sure. Sometimes my microphone doesn't always work. So just if you can give me a thumbs up or say hello, let me know that somebody can hear me. Ugh, 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 There's my Rottweiler Stormy. Hey, girly. Hey, baby. They love doing that, man. Well, sometimes she gets a little bored whenever he's not giving her enough stimulation. But when I jump in, it's all fair game. They love it. They love it when I jump in. Oh, don't give up, big girl. Don't give up so quickly. We're gonna follow you, Storm. Telling you guys, that Rottweiler is so beautiful. I love watching her walk. Ugh, and this kind of corso is pulling me away. Oh man. Oh, this guy's strong. Whew. Good gracious, he's strong. Look at that side eye. Do you want it? Do you want it? Come get it. They lost interest. Well, good morning, everybody. How are y'all this morning? That dog is hungry. Yes, he is. When we're done playing and after, so we're gonna do our exercise part 2 with him. He's got, hey, how's it going? Is it Isam or Isim? How are y'all this morning? This is Rain, Connie Corso. So Roy, are you here? This is a Connie Corso, or Brendo Connie Corso. Can you hear me? And of course, that's a Rottweiler over there. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. So, you have a black Connie Corso? Troll Hunter has a black Connie Corso. Wow. Roya, yes, the Connie Corso is a little bit stronger than the Rottweiler. Yeah, he's bigger too. He's got more muscle. Yeah, he's got more hindquarters on him. So this guy's gonna have a little bit more power than my Rottweiler. But you know, my Rottweiler is more, I don't know, what should I say, tenacious. Okay, let's go find a toy. Come on. Woo. Good question. I don't know about how that works. It all depends on the personality of the dog. When it comes to, I don't know what you mean by verses. It probably temperament is. Are you talking about ownership, or are you just talking about pure power? Because pit bulls are known for their kind of like staying power. If you're talking about like verses in sense that they're like in an altercation or something like that, which I don't want to ever see. I would think that your pit bull is going to have a little bit more. They just don't give up. As much as this Rottweiler is tenacious. My Rottweiler is actually a sweet dog. Oh, he caught that right in there. He's like, He tried to predict me. He's so proud of himself. Oh, for security. Honestly, I like the Rottweiler for that reason. Only because they're just such wonderful, and so are pit bulls. I shouldn't be too critical of pit bulls. First of all, I never owned a pit bull. Second of all, they are very sweet dogs as well. I just happen to like Rottweilers because they're just really great family dogs. And when they need to kick it up, she's actually more, I don't want to say fearless, but she's actually more of a leader than my Connie Corso is. Like if someone were to break in, I would expect my Rottweiler to take the charge first, and then the Connie Corso would just kind of follow it up and just make sure that no one's no one's moving after it's all said and done. But he wouldn't be leading the charge. It'd be the Rottweiler. No, you wouldn't want to come over at night, Javonsky. You'd have some issues. uh, no problem, dude. Ugh. It's really cold out here in Texas. You wouldn't think that here in April that it's like 40 some degrees. But my dogs are absolutely loving it. My friends are scared to come to my house. I bet they are. If they're not used to your dogs and your dog's not used to them, that could be a scary situation. Well, you're getting good at this. Come on, let's go over here. But he has tons of energy, y'all. They ran about half a mile with the golf cart, and so that's not enough. That's not enough of a workout for them. They need at least about a mile if I want to run them. Thank you, Lee M. Appreciate it. Christopher Bristol says $500 best price going once. No, this is not an auction for my dogs. I love my dogs, y'all. They're not for auction. Even my Rottweiler over there taking a nap. They're not for options. They're not for auction. Sorry. What's up, Taylor? What's going on? Scooter says beautiful dog. Thank you so much. Yeah, they're wonderful pets. I mean, we've spent a lot of time investing in their training and their adjustment to our family, and so when you spend as much time as you do with our dogs to make sure that they're good dogs, you don't want to let them go. They are much as your family as your kids are. You don't treat them like kids, but they are like family. So, is they're still animals, and so animals have to have certain things like certain boundaries and things that you got to maintain. But we love them like family. Troll Hunter says mine is 180 pounds. Good gosh, that's a big Connie Corso. My goodness. Wow, I'd love to see that dog. Dee Dee Saracen says, no, they aren't. No, they aren't what? Give me more information. What are you trying to say? Surprise, he's not biting the glove. Lots of dogs dislike gloves. Knuckle Duster, he actually does sometimes nip at my gloves. You know, um, but right now, he's just not into it. You want it? No, he's like, I'm just gonna take a nap or lay down for a second, or not nap, but just chill. Roy, he is, but he's not done working out. So he needs to do one more workout before he eats his breakfast. The when we ran alongside the golf cart today, so I take that thing right here and I just put him on leashes and I run him in the neighborhood. But Storm was kind of sore this morning, so I didn't want to take him too long. So he got a half a workout. She got a good workout for her, but he only got a half workout. So he's gonna do some treadmilling. I'm gonna put his collar on him, stick him on the treadmill, put it on incline about 4 or 5, and then he's going to trot for about a half a mile, and he'll be done for the day. And then after he's done working out, then he can have his breakfast, and they'll be good for most of the afternoon. Yeah, he's very chill right now. Ambika says, love from India. Love you from India. Bicycle is asking me about Jesus Christ. We're not talking about Jesus Christ. We're talking about our dogs. Dude, the golf cart is a great idea. Man, it's saved me a lot because I like walking them. Walking them is fine, but it's such a slow pace for them, and I try to trot alongside them, and I can't really hold them and make sure they don't get off track when I'm running. So I usually have to walk with them. I power walk, but it's not fast enough. So, but if I get them on the golf cart, they're less distracted because they're having to keep up with me. Now they still look around and they still get interested in other things, but for me, it's more of a consistent workout for them. So it saves me having to try to figure out how to run and hold them at the same time, and they get a good workout, and it's quick. It's usually like 15 minutes. We come home and we're done, and then we eat breakfast. I never feed them first because you know how they can get that gastric volvulus thing where their stomach can flip on itself. So we work out first. We're done working out, then we eat, and then we rest and digest for the rest of the day. So Pakistan number one. So Ambika, that's a Connie Corso and a Rottweiler. Wear skates and oh no. Roy, that would be an absolute mistake for my dogs. We can't do skates because the reason why is they're so powerful that if they get distracted by another dog or another human being, they could literally pull me and make me fall. So right now I don't have them where they're ignoring everything else but me in the walk. They still are very, very reactive to other dogs and other people. We hadn't gotten there yet, so that's coming hopefully one day. But right now we don't have it like that. So I have to have a very strong foundation for whenever they run. So if I'm sitting on the golf cart, or if I'm walking, then I can do it. So many people so quick to judge by his looks. Absolutely. I'm sure he's a big baby. He is, Lee, but I will say this. If you don't socialize your dog, they could actually react to other people in a negative way, especially because the thing is, people oftentimes aren't really trained how to handle new dogs, and so they don't know not to reach straight for their face. They'll just come in like, hey doggy, and at a very threatening, over the top of their head kind of. And if your dog is not used to that, or knows that person very well, like what I just did, not everybody can do that, grab the dog in the head like that. This dog could bite them. So even though he's very sweet, even though he's wonderful to us, it doesn't mean that he's going to be that way to a stranger. Do you know what I mean? So I never assume that a dog is friendly, even if they're friendly to the owners, until I get permission from the owner. And I always put my hand like this, let them sniff me first and watch their reaction. I usually don't make straight eye contact with them because that could be you know kind of threatening. So you got to be cautious. It's still a big animal. He's a love bug, but he's a love bug in a certain situation. Somebody got a German sheep, want to start treadmill training. Yeah, that's where it's at. That treadmill training is wonderful. He didn't really like it at first, and even right now, if I put him on the treadmill at the beginning, he may kind of like want to get off, but then he'll slowly start just walking and adjusting. And when the minute his heart rate goes up and he's enjoying it turns into a good experience for him. And then when he's done, of course, he's just nice and tired. He's panting. He's ready to lay down, and it's just a great thing. I honestly got that from Caesar Milan. I watched Caesar Milan tell a lot of his people to just if your dog has a lot of extra energy, they'll tear things up. They'll run around the house. They'll irritate everybody. So, but they're just saying that they're just bored. They need something to do, and they need some energy release. So that treadmill thing, man, I'm telling you, you stick them on there, and you may have to kind of make them stay on there the first few times, just until they understand what's going on. And once they get it, and once they start realizing, oh, this is fun, I'm burning energy, they'll start settling into it, and it becomes a good thing for them. But yeah, Where are you from, dude? Oh, MBK. I am actually in Texas, so we're in Central Texas, right outside of San Antonio and Austin area. So, and I'm a Texan. I'm from here. Stormy, where you been, girl? Come say hi. We miss you. She's like, I'm coming. Look at him. He's like anticipating. Bruh, look old school. Okay, I missed a few comments. Yeah, about talking of Jesus Christ, not never bad. No. Bicycle. If you want to talk about Jesus Christ or whatever, I'm cool with that. But on my channel, I typically just keep it mainly around my dogs, because I have people come to see the dogs. They come to hear how I interact with my dogs and how I train my dogs and deal with two big dogs. So I try to keep it around those topics. Yeah, no problem. San Antonio is a great place to party. But it's a hot place too, y'all. It's hot. So Shaquille O'Neal was here like last week uh, at a local school, and they caught a video of him, and it was at that time it was like 90 degrees. Like what was it? Thursday, I believe. Or Friday. I think it was Friday. Hey! He put his head on top of hers. That's a dominance thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break this up. Hey! Come over here. Go play. Go find a toy. Go find a toy. So he's trying to get the maximal like reaction out of her. So he does all these dominance moves just to get her to get riled up. He loves it. You see how his tail is wagging? But like I said, a lot of the issues with him right now is just he just has way too much bundled energy. He didn't get a good workout. So he's going to badger everybody until he gets his feel of his workouts energy release. Yes, it was a come here, girl. What's the difference between dog and you? That's an interesting question. Mr. Ripped Van Winkle says he's laughing. LOL. Oh man, somebody's not. What are y'all talking about? Both are slaves. I need 50 to go live. I am freestyle rapping. No, somebody's advertising on the website. Oh, okay. Did respect come with time, or was a natural connection? Respect definitely came with time. I never assume that your dog automatically has ultimate respect. That's something that you build, right? So it starts day one. It starts with day one with teaching your dog to have boundaries, and you teach them first of all that you do love them. You reward them when they do the right thing, and you find ways to deter them and give them the message that when they do something that you don't want to, that they're, hey, look, you got to give them that message. And so, like, it could be just something like squirting a little water at them, just so that they know, hey, I asked you to get down, and you didn't get down. So again, that's setting your boundaries and having them respect that boundary. But what you're doing is you're just teaching that dog that you're the alpha in the household, because they understand what alpha means. They know when the top dog talk when there's a top dog. Okay, they understand that, because in the wild there's going to be one dog that's going to be the most dominant of all, and they can't do certain things to that alpha. So, but it doesn't happen automatically. I mean, usually it's because he's the biggest and baddest out there. So they know there's consequences if they cross that line. So for humans, you're not going to get down and start doing like dog type stuff, but you are going to set boundaries so that it gives them that message. Hey, look, I just can't just take the food off of the table when they're eating, just because I want to. I can't do that. I have to stay away from the table. Like that's one of my main boundaries that I have. When it's dinner time and the family's sitting down, the dogs have to go away. You're not allowed to sit there and beg. You're not allowed to be touching me on my feet and asking for food. No, you go away. But here's the nice thing about it. If you stay away during dinner time while we're eating, when I get up, I typically give you a treat. So I'll give them like a little small piece of treat or whatever, or maybe I'll give them a piece of meat that I have on my plate. So they know not to bother the family while we're eating. but in return they do get something. They get a little reward. So I do both. I do negative reinforcement and positive reinforcement. So if they get too close to the table when they're not supposed to, I say, "Hey, get back." I raise my voice, and they know that tone. Yeah, no problem. Excuse me. Look at this weather, guys. Sorry about that. So Isabel, that's the Connie Corso, and that's the Rottweiler. Is everything okay in San Antonio climate? I mean, today is really chilly. It's about 40 degrees right now, 45 degrees, and so this is pretty typical for Texas. We'll have like a couple cold days in January, February, and then they have a drop in April, just a random drop. It'll be 90 degrees. Like I said last week when Shaquille O'Neal was here, he was like, "It's hot." It's 90 degrees, and all of a sudden it just drops. And then we'll go back to the 80s, 90s, and then when June hit, that's when the sun just blazing hot. It'll be 105 degrees. All this grass you see here is going to be brown because it's going to be so hard to keep it, you know, keep it green like this. But right now is a good time because the dogs are loving it. Let's go say hello to Storm real quick because we haven't seen her in a bit. And then the Cane Corso got jealous, so he just ran over there and tried to intercept. So we're going to stop him, actually. Hey, cut it out. And we'll give Storm some love. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetie. Ah. So he's still jealous. Cut it out. When he got what he wanted, she's now interested in him. Let's go find a water gun because I think we're going to be needing this. So this is my ultimate breakup. I use this to break up all incidents. When they start acting a fool, this thing right here is my go-to. It's pretty powerful. My Cane Corso hates being squirted with water, so it stops him from doing what he's doing. My Rottweiler loves it, so it's actually more fun for her to play with the water gun than it is to play battle with. See how she just completely ignored him because she wants the water. So I found a nice little trick for my pack. Whenever they're misbehaving or doing something I don't want them to do, the Rottweiler loves the water. The Cane Corso hates it. I'm not gonna squirt him because he hasn't done anything wrong, but so it's very, very effective for me. Like she's still paying attention. She's like, "Oh, hit me again, one more time. Hit me, baby, one more time." She loves it, absolutely love it. So it's a nice, harmless way. I'm not having to hit anything or, just a little squirt of water. So if you have a pack and you're kind of like, I don't know what to do, they're getting out of control, you got to find something that's effective for them to kind of distract them. And a lot of times that's all that's required is just something to distract them. Because they're bored, they're probably tearing stuff up, and are they fighting amongst each other? But a lot of it just stems from boredom. That's why, like I said, I'm telling you that this guy's going on the treadmill. As soon as we get done with this show, I'm gonna give him the leash. We're gonna go inside the house and we're gonna treadmill for another half a mile, and it will be good for the day. Look at the Rottweiler. Yeah, Mr. Ripped. He didn't even look at it because he's like, "Nah, I'm not about that." And it's funny because my daughter, she's great with him. She's really good with him. And one of the things that help her is she uses like a little small hand squirt. Like how the ladies have those little spray bottles for their hair. She just puts some water in that, and if he's in her seat or something like that or in the way, and she'll say, "Move out of the way," and then she'll squirt him with some water. Are you thirsty, buddy? Come on, let's go see if we can get you some water. Come on. Storm, do you want some water too, baby? Let's get some water. He's after my glove. Come get some water. That's not where the water is, buddy. We're not barbecuing. He wants us to barbecue. He's like, "Can we barbecue first? Come get some water, baby." You're backwards. You're kind of backwards. Okay, I guess that works anyway. Yeah, so I like having their little water fountain out here where they can just step on it, get some fresh water from the hose. Come on, buddy, you can get some water. You can do it. For some reason, since he doesn't like being squirted with water, he tends to not want to step on it. He knows it's water coming out of there, but he just doesn't want to get wet. Come on, buddy. You can do this. Let me have your paw. Let me have your paw. Yep. Don't step over it. Come on. He's like, but I don't want to get wet. No, that comes with it, buddy. You got to get a little wet. Let's move some of this grass out of the way. Oh, come on, dude. All right, there we go. Sorry, guys. I had to get him some water. I mean, the Rottweiler, she just does it with no problem. But the Cane Corso, he's always doesn't see how his feet gets wet. That's why he doesn't like it. So it's like he wants the water, but he doesn't want to get wet. And it's like you can't have it both ways, buddy. You know. Now he does have water inside the house. You know, they will never be without water. But I want them to be able to get some fresh water outside when they're playing around. And so that's why I bought them this little thing so they can come out here. You know, because a lot of those water bowls, you leave them outside, they get mold and stuff on it. So, but here it's just fresh. But they can always just go in the fence here and go inside the house and get water from their main. And they got total. They got 3 big bottles of water in the kitchen. So, see, now they can get the water. They come back to playing. Somebody. Hey, Tony says, I forgot how beautiful property in Texas is. Hey, man, I'm going to tell you, this is a unique time. Right now, this is a unique time because it's the beginning of spring. We had a little bit of rain. I think we had 2 days of rain. And we may not see rain for, oh my gosh, for months. Last year, we went, I want to say 2 to 3 months with no rain, maybe one quick shower. But we've had rain recently. Most of this is from irrigation. But I tell you, by the end of the summer, by August time, oh man, it is rough out here. It is rough. So Miss Hot Ham, he's 2 years old, and she is 4. So when he comes up to me, sometime I put my hand in his face so he doesn't jump up. Good morning from the Pity and Kitty Committee. Hey, the Pity and Kitty Committee. I love it. Oh my gosh, I need to. Do you guys do videos? The Pity and Kitty Committee. I gotta make sure I get my words correctly. The Pity and Kitty Committee. Oh, I gotta say that right, y'all. Love it though, absolutely love it. If y'all, I'd love to come see your channel. Looks like you have you got dogs there too. Draxman is here. I missed your comment. Hey, Draxman. It's crazy how big dogs sound when they're playing. Yeah, I know. I know. That's one of the reasons why I have the channel is because I wanted people to be aware that some of that you hear is just play. You know, it can be a little bit jarring for your first time. Um, oh, hey Tony, the Rain is the Cane Corso and Storm is the Rottweiler. Storm, come say hello. Hello, baby. Hey, sweetie. Rainy Bop. I call him Rainy Bop sometimes. Rain, what's up, boy? What are you doing? See, like a lot of that growling you heard, and most of the sound is actually coming from the Rottweiler. Like all those growls and stuff, it's her. It's really, he doesn't really say very much at all. It's how girls is. It's how girls and says beautiful babies. Thank you, Dexter. Do you have pit bull? I do not have pit bull, Dexter. I don't have any pit bulls. My coworker who has, I don't know if you. Oh, sorry guys about that. I'm trying to put my glove back on. It's actually chilly. But if you have you been to Ozzy the Cane Corso, their station, she's actually my coworker. and she has a pit bull and Cotty Corsos. No, two pit bulls. One's kind of an older one, and then a Gypsy, the younger one, and then she's got Ozzy, Lucia, Dolce three. Am I missing? And then Vito four. So four big Cotty Corsos, and she's getting ready to breed Vito and Lucia in the soon. I don't know when she's going to start that project, but that's coming out soon. So I know I've got a couple people on my station that's looking forward to getting puppies from her, and but yeah, so she's got a pit bull. She has all the answers to the pit bull questions. I don't really have those. Gotta take the pup out. Thanks for all the tips. Thank you so much, Hey Tony. I appreciate you for the subscription. Melbourne, Australia. What's going on, Stafford Mitchell? What's going on with it? Welcome. We're here in Texas, where it's 46 degrees right now, and my dogs are having the time of their life. Star Kitty wants a pet. Hey guys, Star Kitty want me to pet y'all. Come here. Oh, that's from Star. I don't think they want to be petted right now. I think they're more interested in playing with each other. I tried though. I'm great. Stafford, how about you? We are great. Living the dream, you know. Aaron's in Texas. What's going on, Aaron? Oh, you're in Central Texas? What part of Texas are you? Because you're probably having similar weather. Ugh. Podhas says, how many children do they... What? How many children do they eat? They don't eat children. Ugh. Uh-oh, got a Belgian Malinois. Ooh, I bet that's exciting, man. Those dogs are amazing. Very, very quick, very, very agile. I would be absolutely afraid that I couldn't contain him, because they're so agile. They can jump over fences and climb up trees. I mean, those guys are just amazing. Corsicana, oh my goodness. I used to live in Corsicana when I was in fourth grade. We were there for a year, and my favorite thing about Corsicana is Collins Street Bakery. That's my favorite thing. Thank you. He's beautiful. Appreciate you, Stafford. He's tearing up a shark over there. He's creating work for me later. All the stuffing I got to pick up. Yeah, I gotta go give me one of those fruit cakes over at Collins Street. That's like one of my family's traditions during the Christmas holidays is getting a fruit cake from Collins Street Bakery. I'm near San Antonio and Austin area. I live on the outskirts. I'm in the country. So y'all are probably about 45 degrees too, right? This morning. But yeah, that's great. I mean, it's perfect for them. Like I said, when they're done playing, it's nice and cool. There's a nice breeze going on right now. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better time to be out with your dogs right now. You could not ask for a better time. And it's supposed to warm up to probably about close to 68 or something like that today. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a beautiful day. I wish I didn't have to go into work, but I got to go work today. Get a few things done, and then I'm off to Florida for a couple days. These guys will hold down the fort, right? Big boy, you hold down the fort? Yeah. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You gonna hold down the fort? No. Bloop, 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 bloop. All you hear is jowls, man. Oh, Ren is in Dallas, Texas. They are beautiful puppers. My boy is an American Staffordshire Terrier. Awesome. In D-Town, though. Doing that D-Town boogie. Yeah. That's awesome. Patriot Grimm is upset about the cropping and the, I'm assuming the docking as well. That is definitely a sore subject for a lot of people, is clipping of the ears and docking of the tail. Yeah. I'll say after kind of looking at it myself, me and my wife, we were like, if we ever do another dog like that, we'll probably never do that. We'll keep them floppy. We'll keep their tail. I'm not sure about the tail, but it's definitely the ears. Probably keep them floppy. In this case, though, I will say that my Rottweiler is her go-to is to kind of grab hold of things, and so it's been very very difficult to try to keep her from grabbing too much, like on his neck. I think if he had long ears, she'd probably go after his ears too whenever they're playing. So it's kind of worked out in our case. What was that? I couldn't tell what that. I heard a weird noise. I don't know if that was the toy itself that made that squeaky noise, or was that dogs did that? You're always kind of like on guard as an owner when you hear something unusual. You're like, oh my god, what was that? But they seem to be fine. Like nobody's hurt, but I'm not sure what happened. So yeah, you always got to monitor when they're playing the best as you can. Because when I'm at work, obviously I can't monitor them this closely. But when I'm not here, I'm always looking at them, make sure they don't get into trouble and stuff like that. Yeah, that's what I heard about Australia. You're not allowed to do that with the docking and cropping of the ears. You know, there's just some people argue that there are some benefits. There's a kind of a breed kind of tradition that people kind of follow. But like I said, for us, we're kind of looking at it like it doesn't really add anything to the life of the dog. So, yeah, why go through all the trouble just for the look? But again, I'm not knocking people who want to stay traditional and they're like, look, these dogs are kind of been this way forever. So I'm not gonna necessarily condemn that. I just know for us, we won't do it again. Oh, because we didn't want to spell it like rain. We wanted him to be like a king is reigning, Reign. So that's why we went with that kind of spelling. All right, bro. What's going on? Jason said they bite people. Leave the dog's ears alone. Yeah, so I think that's what I'm saying, the Alex. I don't know if you heard my explanation. So Stafford said I have a Burmese cat, and my cat is the big brother. And this morning I found my cat was beating him up. The most funniest thing was he was riding like a horse. That is so funny. Uh, but I will say this though, you guys are. Some people get a little excited about shaming people for something without asking questions like why. Because if you would have known, the breeder cut the ears before we got end docked, before we had any say in this dog. So there was nothing that we ever did for this dog. Now we did have an opportunity with Storm with her tail, but at the time we didn't really do our research on hey, is it ethical or how does it add any value to the dog? We just kind of thought it through. Said, yeah, whatever, it's fine. It's customary to the breed. That's how we've always seen them. But in the case of the Connie Corso, that was done before we bought him. So I like how people love to judge without even asking to make sure but this is internet. People like to jump in quickly and make rash judgments because they don't really care about me. They don't care about me. They act like they're sitting on a high horse about the dog, but they clearly don't really care. They just want to make a point. So cool. If you want to make a point, make a point. But yes, you can ask a question. I'm sorry, it was a little bit. I was going off about people being pretending to be um, pretending to care, but then act like they don't care or show signs that they don't really care. breed center, they crop the ears for working. Yeah, I've heard that too. Even the tail thing. Some people say that's associated with when they're, I guess, when they're working or have a job. Then other people will counter that, say it's good for balance. But for my dogs, they are happy. They don't have any side effects from it. Uh, like I said, I think it's probably good in our case because of the way she likes to bite for the neck and the ear area. So not having floppy ears probably saved him from having a bunch of injuries and a bunch of scratches and marks on his ears. So I think there's some other thing with ear infections. I think it's reduced with the crop of the ears. Don't quote me on that. I would have to look that up. But either way, I don't really want to go down that path, too much. Just know that our final answer is probably in the future. If we get a say in our next dog, we won't do that. Baiters or sports dogs' ears are cropped to stop bleeding in the event the lobe gets cut during work or sport. Yeah, that's kind of the same thing I was saying. Is that with her when they play, her go-to is to kind of like grab, and like you could look at his neck right now. You can find a lot of areas where she's kind of like they were playing. It's not so bad now, but just a few areas because she likes to. That's her go-to thing. Ever since she was a puppy, she would do that. I tried my best to work that out of her and train it out of her, but that's just her, man. She just loves to play rough like that. So one of the things I was telling my coworker is that when I put like a spiked collar on him, it actually reduces a lot of her like going after his neck because it's like, oh, okay, I can't bite his neck anymore. The only reason why I don't keep the collar on him is that I still think collars are kind of dangerous around the house. There's just too many little things around here that you can get hung on. I just don't want it on them when they're around the house. Connie Corso has his. Yeah, I think they're fine with them, right? I mean, I've seen a couple Connie Corsos with longer ears. It's different because I'm so used to seeing them cropped like that. But I think it's fine. His father, when I met his father uh, in California, his father's ears were not cropped. They were floppy. Now the mothers were cropped, but the fathers weren't. And still beautiful dogs, man. Absolutely beautiful dogs. I don't know. I have so many people coming on here. Hey, Anthony, what's going on, bro? I have so many people on here talking about eating my dogs. It's so weird, y'all. These dogs are pets. They're not dinner. He's all black and would look crazy in public, with his ears. Oh, without the ears. I've seen some black Connie Corsos with cropped ears, and they look cool. Yeah, with them cropped. Gotcha. Look at those. Look at that. I love that face that he makes. That kind of like it's just real like stoic. You know what I mean? It's real stoic. It doesn't mean like he's gonna, it just looks menacing. But that's just how he looks, y'all. Because he's just such a sweetheart. He's just such a sweetheart. Yes, you are. Yeah, he's a great dog, y'all. The humans are the alpha of the pack. But amongst the dogs, our little Missy is the alpha. We try to support her as much as possible being the alpha because with her having such a small height disadvantage, she has to be protected. And they can't, if they don't respect her, they can actually cause a lot of, fatal harm to her. So the little one is the alpha, and then really I think Storm is next, and then he's kind of like the new guy. Even though he's the biggest and the baddest of the group, he's the baby. He's the what is that? Delta, beta. What is it? What is it? There's my big boy. Look at him. He's like freeze, don't shoot. Yeah, the beta. Yeah, I don't know why people do that, man. They just come on talking about eat those dogs. I'm like, what are you talking about? These are my pets. I put a lot of time and energy and money into these guys. This is not dinner. First of all, it's just weird to eat dogs. I don't know why people say that, but I don't know. Yeah, exactly. It's like eating a family member. Why would you do that? Do you guys not have pets? You know, you don't love your pets? It's weird. Very, very weird. Italian Mastiff. Yes, that's exactly what he is. Hamza. Cani Corso. Thank you so much. I love food. I appreciate him. Yeah, he's a good little dude. Good little dude. But this good little dude needs a lot of love, needs a lot of boundaries, a lot of training and exercise. Speaking of which, I still owe him a half a mile today. He owes another half a mile before he eats breakfast. So just to get all his energy out, and then he'll be able to rest and digest for the rest of the day and just chill around, lay around, live his puppy life. Yeah, I'll tell you though, guys. I would love to stay on with you guys and interact and have more fun, but today I've got some work to do. I got to get in. Well, first of all, we got to finish this exercise. Got to get breakfast going, and I got to go to work. So I got a lot of things I have to take care of. But I will be back next Sunday. If you guys are around, please come back and hang out with us, ask your questions, and keep your jokes to a minimum. But definitely come in and hang out with us. And if you have time, go watch some of my shorts. We do a few cool little shorts. We got a couple viral shorts out there that, not to brag or anything, but 7 million views. I'm not gonna say we're not gonna brag too hard about that, but hey, we do all right. We do all right. Oh man, I appreciate you guys. Thank y'all for the love this morning. Thank y'all for the thumbs up. Thank you for the pets. Everybody asked for the love and pets. Thank y'all so much. Y'all been awesome. Oh, and thank you for the subscriptions too. Thank y'all so much for the subscriptions. We'll see y'all on the next one. Any final words before I hang out or before I log off or whatever the word is? Went for a coffee, had a Karen threatened to call the what? Only because I have a muzzle on my puppy because he's defending himself. Oh gosh. Hey Stafford, can you come back next Sunday so we can talk about that? Yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting topic. Yeah, come back next Sunday. I start usually at 8:30 Central Standard Time here in America. So whatever time it is for you now is probably when I'll be back on next Sunday, but about 40 minutes earlier than now. 8:30 on Sundays Central Standard Time in America. So come back. Let's talk more about that. Okay? That'd be awesome. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you.